Hello travelers, welcome to my channel. My name is Anio Kailani, and today I'll be talking about masks. So, starting from a reading that I wrote in my youth, back in roughly 2011 to 2014, somewhere in that area. Masks, we all wear them in some way, shape, or form. It can be literal or figurative, physical or emotional. In today's day and age, it's actually rather tough to find someone who doesn't wear masks. It's a defense mechanism that we've grown to develop over time as a means of survival. We wear one around friends, maybe even multiple ones. We wear them at work, at school, some of us even at home. We wear one when we're saddened, hurt, angry, or sometimes even when we're not feeling anything at all. Masks are an essential part of our lives. They can keep us sane, they can keep us safe. But there are times when it's okay to take off that mask. In these times, it is so hard for us to shed the facade because we grow so accustomed to being a chameleon, changing ourselves to fit our given space. We feel vulnerable, naked, like an exposed nerve bare to the elements without one. It is a scary feeling, but this too is okay, because sometimes you have to unmask yourself for a while just to feel like you again. If you get too caught up in masks, you risk losing who you really are. So in this, I ask you, don't be afraid to take off the mask. Allow yourself this moment of vulnerability. Breathe freely and deeply, because you never know how close you are to losing yourself before it's too late. So in this is a timeless reading, so if you are watching this, you are meant to see this video. And on the topic of masks, I have a poll that I did from the Healing Waters deck. And I started as a mind, body, spirit check-in, but it definitely evolved into something greater. So, to those who wear masks, look towards the cosmic ocean. Current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. This card is one of promise, hope, and new beginnings. What dreams are making their way into your consciousness? What is it that you're dedicated to creating? While the manifestation may not be immediate, time will bring things to fruition. Trust in the whispering dreams of your destiny, just as the new beginnings of a stream may one day flow into the vast ocean. Something new is beckoning to be born, so dare deep and wide. Dream your future into reality. The soul inquiry here. What's the biggest dream you have that even you are yet to admit to? So in this, at the time of this recording, again, this is a timeless reading, but at the time of this recording, it is shortly after the solar eclipse that happened on April 8th. And that eclipse energy, the idea of the start of something new, the new beginnings, the deep cleanse, the power behind it. This is talking about diving deep into the mind, into the soul, the subconscious. What is it that you are wanting to create? What is it that you are wearing a mask? You're hiding yourself from? The dreams that you have, that you dare not dream, that you dare not share with others. I ask you, take off that mask and be true to yourself. What are the dreams that you hold that you are wearing a mask to prevent yourself from feeling? And then in body, we have plunge. Don't hold back, it's time. Go for it, dive in. Don't falter as you approach the water, dive right on in. Head first, don't resist, you've been working for this for a long time. You're ready, go for it. The answer is yes. This is a card of confirmation and clarity. It's an invitation to take the plunge and say yes. If you're someone who prefers to wait for permission or a timely invitation, you could consider this card's message just that. There are times for waiting, for restoring, and for repairing. This is not one of those times. It doesn't necessarily mean that you feel completely prepared or fully confident. Those who dive in rarely do, but their attachment to resistance becomes less than their desire for the new. Maybe this is what that's been happening. Maybe this is what's been happening for you. If you don't feel ready, remember that so-called giant leaps are rarely that in reality. In most cases, there are hundreds if not thousands of baby steps taken day after day in the direction of a dream. What it is that you most desire, the signs are pointing you in that direction. Now take a deep breath and a great big run up, and take the plunge. Your soul inquiry. If you weren't worried about it not working out, what would you plunge right into now? So this being body, I see this as action. This is a call to action. You are actively, you've been putting in work. You have these dreams, these goals. You're wearing this mask to try to hide it from others, hide it from yourself. You're afraid. You're afraid to let yourself be. And this card, this action, is telling you, even if you are taking baby steps, continue to take those steps. Don't be afraid to take your mask off if it means you're moving forward. Continue to progress. You are on the right track. Soul, let it rain, allowing what is, inevitability, and trust. There's a moment just before it starts to rain when the pressure can be felt. What's been building up is preparing for a big release. The clouds cannot hold their breath a moment longer, and then right on cue, they surrender the rain they've been holding onto, and a downpour finally begins. There's also a special moment that can be felt immediately after the rain stops and the sun reappears from behind the clouds. It's similar to what happens to us during a good emotional cry. The endorphins that are released as we let our red-hot tears flow down our cheeks evoke a feeling of sweet relief. Something's been released, lifted, and cleared. We feel a little lighter and more free. This card comes with encouragement to surrender to what's happening in your life. Maybe you're experiencing a challenge or something isn't going to plan. Although you might prefer the sun to shine all year round, there is intelligence in the rainy days, and there's healing in your tears. Let it rain. Your soul inquiry. What are you being called to surrender to? In this, I see there is the resistance to let go of the masks that you have. As I mentioned in my reading, there's only so much we're able to do, only so many masks we're able to wear before we start to slowly lose the true essence, the true essence of who we really are. This card is encouraging you to be vulnerable, to surrender that mask, if only for a moment. Allow yourself to feel that rawness, to feel whatever it is you're holding on to, whether it's that grief, that anger, that sadness. Channel that in a healthy way. Be able to let yourself process. Masking can only go so far. If you cannot be truly vulnerable with yourself, then who can you be vulnerable with? If you have no one else but yourself, allow you that moment of respite, of peace, of respite. Drop your mask and let yourself be free to feel. And while I was pulling this card, while I was pulling this draw, or earlier, this card flipped over. So this may resonate with some of you, this may not resonate. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest. So however this applies, I want you to let it go. Release the past, forgive, soften, move forward. Very, very powerful. Change is one of the most difficult things for our heart and mind to accept. Maybe you're on the brink of an ending, a hurt, or a loss. Or perhaps you experienced an ending in the past but are still carrying the pain within your heart and your mind. Holding on to an emotion such as sorrow, anger, or disappointment is a normal part of the process. In order to be free of it, we must first feel it fully. Emotions are feelings in motion. They're not meant to be stagnant. Water is the same. It wants to move and flow. When we allow our emotions to be there fully, they rarely last as long as they would do if we repressed them. When we avoid endings for whatever reason, the symbolic waters within us can build up and become stagnant. Call upon the waters within you to flow freely. Let the dammed walls of past hurts come tumbling down. Let the waters within you travel out into the world. Let them find their way past stones and riverbanks. New streams are calling you forth. Let the ocean call you home. Your soul inquiry. What are you willing to let go of? So I see this as kind of a general message for the entirety of this reading. But if you see here, the waters, they are actively parting the waters. That wall, that dammed up wall of waters, that is resistance. The resistance that you may have at dropping your mask in order to let go of all of the feelings, all of the emotions that you are carrying within. I ask you, travelers, do not let them swell. Once again, as the message unfolds, it is talking about water being stagnant and flowing, ebb and flow of tides. We must allow ourselves to feel these emotions, to process them. Healing is not a straight line. Healing is cyclical. It is okay to be circling through an emotion once, twice, thrice, however many times you need, but allow yourself to process what you are feeling. Allow it to ebb and flow. Do not let it stagnate. Do not wear your mask in order to hide yourself from what you are feeling. We are all healing. We need to heal. So, dear travelers, I ask you, what is it that you are masking yourself from? What is it that you are holding on to? And as the healing waters have imparted, as they have imparted, what are you not allowing yourself to release? Let yourself feel, process, ebb and flow like the tides, and release when the time is right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you liked this reading, please leave me a like, leave me a comment if anything resonated, or if this helped you in some way, shape, or form. And please hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications about any future videos and readings that I may post. Once again, I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And as always, travelers, be well, drink water, take care of yourselves. Love and light. Until next time, namaste.